Yo, Elliot. Yo, so today I got a great question from my bro, Darius Waiting. He goes on to say, yo, Elliot, I've always had a hard time growing my chest muscles. I find it hard to feel the contraction of my pecs, and I feel the weight often go to my shoulders, which grow a lot faster. How can I grow my chest, bro? And so this is something that I've kind of been thinking about over the years, and that is, why do we typically have bench press as our main chest exercise when myself included feels it so much more in the triceps and in the shoulders? And if you check out power lifters, right? Like, power lifters are the best bench pressers around. The absolute best bench pressers usually have smaller chests, right? Power lifters don't have big bulletproof boobies, right? Like a bodybuilder. A lot of times the chest is there, it's developed, but they got real big, thick triceps and shoulders, because I'm convinced, I'm sure it's true, I know someone's done the science to let us know that the bench press is actually not the best chest exercise, right? It's the best pressing exercise for the sport of powerlifting. It's a great exercise for building the upper body, but when it comes to the chest, the bench press puts a lot more pressure, a lot more emphasis on the extension of the arm and stabilizing of the shoulder. And then I guess I would say third, right? This is just me thinking this shit. I think it's first for the triceps, second for the shoulders, and then third, because look at the movement itself. If you want to contract your chest, what do you got to do? You got to move your upper arm towards the middle part of your body, right? Boom. But if I'm pressing, what's the first thing that's happening? Triceps. What's the next thing that happens? Stabilizing shoulders. And it's not until the third thing, right, somewhere halfway through the strength curve, that I start getting my chest involved, right? That's why you may even notice, like, some bodybuilders, they bench press like this. They'll do this. Because they just work in that one part where the arm is coming closer to the body, right? This, right? That's the only part that really, I feel it right now. I feel my pec pumping, right? But back here, it's all triceps. Up here, it's a lot of shoulders. So you'll see bodybuilders that just do this. Just little pumps, right? Even like push-ups. They're like pulse in that one movement, one part of the movement. So the main thing I want you to understand here is that if you're trying to build your chest and you're using mainly bench press as your way to build your pec muscles, you're probably missing out on a whole lot, right? So what do? Well, number one, you can kind of use that exercise that I just showed you, which is kind of like bench press pulsing, right? You'll see some bodybuilders do that. You won't see powerlifters do that, because their whole point is getting that weight moving, just one smooth, right, path. But bodybuilders don't care too much about the strength. They don't care too much, and I'm not knocking or saying pro or con for either one. We're just looking at it what it is. If you want to build your chest, you want to think more like a bodybuilder than like a powerlifter, right? So big, heavy bench press may not help you with your pec development, right? But what will, right? What will? So last week I talked to you guys, somebody asked a question about building the inner pec, right? Remember I showed you that exercise with the 2 plates? You hold 2 plates together and you press it like this? That's one, right? But basically anything that gets your femur, right? No, that's your femur's here. What do you call this? Humerus, right? Your upper arm, right? Anything that gets your upper arm moving closer to the center of the body. That's why these dudes do flies and shit, right? You see them doing this. Again, short movements. I think there's something, look at like Cali Muscle, right? Sometimes I watch Cali Muscle videos and he does workouts where he's just like, and he's one of the most jacked guys on YouTube at least, right? I mean, his muscles are just pumped and swole. He looked like a bodybuilder. And he'll just do like this, right? Sometimes he's just doing like little short movements, right? You might want to do that with like, you could take cables, right? You can do cables this way. You can take them from underneath, boom, boom, right? Flies from underneath, flies from up high, right? With the dumbbells, anything where you're kind of bringing this part together, right? And so, you might want to know that it's not like super functional, right? I don't think it's going to help you be like a stronger lifter. But if you want a big chest, you do what people with big chests do. get chest implants, right? Nah, I'm joking. Silicone, there's dudes that do that, right? You don't want to be one of those guys. What you want to do is work that muscle, isolate that muscle, deck those big old titties, those titties of yours, and you'll be all right, man. I think it'll work for you. Done.